former Trump attorney Michael Cohen. The judge is threatening to remove Costello as a witness if he keeps muttering and rolling his eyes at decisions.
Costello began audibly responding to objections from the prosecution about his testimony. Once the room was cleared, the judge saying, quote, "I want to discuss proper decorum in my courtroom. You don't say strike it because I'm the only one who can strike it."
Fox is saying when funeral ceremonies have started for Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi, killed in the helicopter crash.
The streets are packed with mourners, reflecting how he was adored by Iran's hardliners. His body will visit various cities over burial on Thursday evening.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Okie dokie. It's a so happy it's Tuesday day. Have I got it right?
I'll take it.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barrows.
And it is a foggy morning out there.
Very foggy this morning.
How was the drive in, ladies?
Mine was clear.
Mine was slightly foggy, but nothing major.
I'm just looking at the trees over there. They're pretty much wrapped up in fog. And for you guys traveling this morning, there is a bit of a fog warning out there.
Yeah.
When you're approaching low-lying areas, and all of the y'all who have to travel through the Hubert area, that is a low-lying area. It's got that little creek running through there.
Mm-hmm.
That is one spot between here and Swansboro that you can virtually always count on having some dense fog. Slow your butts down, okay? It's going to be foggy whenever the conditions are right, and the conditions are perfect today. Other areas too. I mean, we got fog out here. It's a little higher than street level, but you know, it's still up there. I can see it in the trees and the roof next door. How was your day yesterday? Didn't you spend some time with the county commissioners? Or were you not?
I was at work.
I thought you had to go to the county commission meeting or something.
I worked. I had clients.
I don't think many went. I watched a little bit after I got home last night. And it was just mostly just some rezoning
Business
requests,
as usual, huh?
And that was about it.
Okay. All right. Well, one of the local events last night, a fundraiser and a meet and greet type thing.
Yes.
For Dr. Greg Murphy, third district representative here, over at the country club. Had a few people there, just a handful of elected officials and a couple of folks who are running for election here in the county. They showed up. It was a nice event, and he had some good statements to make. Interesting comments from Senator Michael Zara last night, just talking about, the situation of both it's a GOP type meeting. I slipped in under the radar. I put a Republican hat on and nobody knew the difference.
I'll let you sit with me.
I'm just kidding. Actually, I got a personal invitation. So it was nice and I appreciated it. And, I think both Senator Lazara and Congressman Murphy are realistic, and they're not blaming the Democrats for all of the mess that's going on. They know that there are issues, just as we have pointed out. There are issues within the GOP, as you ladies know, and especially Lee, who has been involved in that party as an official. There are some issues there, right?
Yeah, I think the biggest issues that the division within the party started in 2020 when the Republican Party's presidential nominee did not win the seat. How can I put it? In other words, Trump lost.
Yeah, Trump lost, and he was the head of the Republican Party.
I got in a lot of trouble saying that one time.
Well, I know, but he lost. Okay.
He did not become Joe Biden became president instead.
I mean, if you want to put it that, let's go back to 2016. He lost the popular vote in 2016, right?
True. Very true.
So he became president in 2016. So it's done by the books. The books one time were in his favor. The books the next time were not in his favor.
I've never liked the electoral system.
Well, I don't think we have a better possibility right now.
Right.
That's because otherwise you're going to have certain states that are going to be like, oh, we're gonna kick your butt. I don't know. It's a confusing mess to me. I did not understand it when I studied it in school. Still don't understand it. I have a hard time appreciating it, and that's probably because I don't understand it. Or maybe that's why I'm not out there protesting.
Well, I think the Republican Party's biggest problem is they are their own worst enemy. For example, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk about her this morning, but instead of
really
working
ignore
with her colleagues, she stands against. I mean, she's constantly running her mouth and making everybody look bad.
Oh, our congressman made note of that last night. I don't think he mentioned her name, but it was
No,
pretty
he
obvious. He
didn't.
may as well put it up on the marquee. But you know, there are
That's
there
like
are issues.
he talked about the nonsense with this one person rule that one person can call for a vacate
Yeah.
on the Speaker of the House. I mean,
This
that
is never
stuff
going to
stupid.
end.
It's stupid.
This is never going to end if this kind of stuff is allowed to continue. And that doesn't matter whether it's a Democrat or a Republican. It's you know, they need to get the rules straight.
I know
Yeah.
a lot of Republicans won't like hearing this, but when you see the Speaker of the House standing with the head Democrat, Hakeem Jeffries,
Mhm.
and they're standing and they're working together,
That's what they're supposed to
that's
do.
what
What's
the
happening
people,
right now?
that's what we need is a Congress that works together.
We do not need a divided Congress.
No.
Because nothing
We
gets
need-
done.
There is one part of this is not, as was pointed out last night, the divided states of America.
Yes.
We are the United States of America.
That's right.
And that house needs to be united.
Yes.
They don't have to always agree.
That's right.
They can agree to disagree and then, you know, make the best people win, but don't get in there and start badgering each other.
But you have people like Marjorie that if you know a Republican crosses over and sits with a Democrat for dinner, oh my gosh, you know, we need to get rid of you. I mean, it's ridiculous.
But
It's
that's
pure
that way of
ridiculous.
thinking is not productive at all.
And that's the
No,
reason
and-
I am what I am.
And you know,
from
I
both
mean,
parts.
when you get elected to an office, whether it's a local office or a state or a federal, you aren't there just for the party you represent. I think there's plenty of people here in Onslow that fail to understand that.
Yep.
You absolutely have to work for everyone.
If you start dishing out political favors,
Mhm.
and certain individuals like this station find out, this program find out about it, we're going to point it out. If
Yeah.
you're dishing out political favors because of the people who elected you, guess what? Just wait till we find out.
But here's what I got to say about that. In a general election, you don't know how many none of your party people have voted for you.
You have
Because
no
some
idea.
people have enough intelligence to vote. You know, they don't just vote for the party, they vote for the best candidate
Mhm.
because that's what an intelligent person might do.
Uh-huh.
But some of these people get so blinded by the party they in and get so rabid about it.
They do.
Look at what happens, what happened here quite a few years ago when an R got elected to the school board that
Wasn't an
quite
R.
certainly shouldn't have been.
He was elected by people who could only spell
All they saw was
R or
R.
D. They could only spell R or D.
And you know what I mean? And
Uneducated.
they did not do the
Blind.
research. Yeah. Because just because someone doesn't have that letter of your party by their name does not make them not qualified.
And I am so happy that he ran as he did and that he changed his party affiliation just as was predicted.
Yeah.
And he did exactly what he pointed out. Whether you like him or not, Eric Whitfield pointed out the problems within the political system.
Yeah, he did.
And he did a marvelous job at it.
He did.
A real unusual way of doing it, but it's okay. It worked.
Well, the unaffiliates, I just checked. As of right now, they lead the state. They lead the state. Oh my, quite a lot.
My people.
Oh my gosh, 2,742,000. Republicans is 2,233,000. Democrats 2,403,000.
So
So
Republicans now trail.
they're on the bottom.
Look, I've
Ooh.
considered changing my affiliation to unaffiliated.
I know you did.
I'm still pondering it, actually. And mainly because I'm fed up with the infighting. I'm fed up with the nonsense.
But you're still going to have that. You're still going to hear it. You're going to hear it from both sides. And,
Yes, but at
you
least this
You
way,
should read the emails that I get from the Democrat Party and the Republican Party. They don't know what I am. So
Mhm.
they're all, I get really love letters from Biden's campaign.
oh, that was awful.
Seriously.
I mean,
I mean, those people want me. They want my money. That's what they want.
But-
Both dollars of it.
I look at least if I change my vote and actually vote for someone, the best person for the job, not looking for their what their affiliation is,
Well,
I'm not going to hear grief about it.
in reality,
Although most people wouldn't know anyway unless
that's
I
right,
say
they
it.
can't know.
So
In reality, the only way they know how you really feel is which ballot you pick in the primary,
mhm,
and that's public.
yeah,
So
Right.
if you pick, and
in the
my-
primary, I would probably
my-
always pick Republican unless it was full of too
I'm-
many wackies.
My argument there is,
Mhm.
is there a choice on the Democrat side, on the Democrat primary ballot? Is there a choice? How many times is there a choice?
Probably not. I don't know. I wouldn't have any idea. Maybe not a lot. I don't know.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Wait, was there any choices? Were there any choices on the Democrat primary ballot this year?
Well, there really wasn't much of a primary ballot as far as locally.
That's what I'm
but
talking
as
about locally.
statewide, there was, but locally, if you've got 4 seats coming up for election
Mhm.
and only 1 or 2 Democrats
Right. Hello?
signed up for it, to run, and then they don't even have a primary.
there was
'cause
no
they
primary,
automatically go
basically.
through
Yeah.
to the general.
So,
So-
and as we preach here, we preach it here. We get down and preach it. Your local elections are where it starts and where it counts the most.
That's right.
If your local board of education, your local city council, town commission, whatever they want to call it, and your local board of commissioners, that's where it counts. Then we move up the food chain.
Yeah, I was just looking at your your voter history, and which you can look up anybody's,
Anyway,
and it shows Republican, where that's the ballot that you requested.
and there were no, well, no, it's not either. I requested both, but I was turned down every time.
You have requested a couple of times.
Now, back in the mid 1990s, when you lived in Wilmington, was a different picture.
Uh-huh.
You did, Ray. For what
Yeah.
were you thinking? No,
It's
There
okay.
there were no Republicans.
Well, New Hanover used to be a very blue county.
Well, it still is now,
I'm gonna
but
go
it
look
was
right now.
it was not at one time. It was
Right.
one of the most conservative parts of North Carolina.
Well, you remember Onslow County used to be quite blue back in the
Well,
day.
there were no Republicans here in Onslow County. In the 1970s, 1960s, when I started voting, and 70s before I left from here, there were no Republicans running for office. Everything was decided during the primary.
Let's see what New Hanover looks
Mhm.
like now.
No Republicans could ever get elected anyway.
All right.
There was no primary.
Hmm.
Anybody that filed as a Republican, I mean, they were automatically selected to
Mhm.
run against the Democrat in November. And there were no,
Wow.
What? who was the first Republican to take off or hold office here?
Oh, there's more
Republicans
in New Hanover.
Yeah, look, unaffiliated in New Hanover, 74,731. Republicans, 53,690. Democrats, 50,212.
They are
Unaffiliated.
changing.
Right.
You're not understanding. They are changing.
They've got 57 green parties.
Yes.
New Hanover
first
is
Republican.
New Hanover is a volatile area.
First
A
Republican.
lot of the change started. Individuals started moving into Wilmington from other parts of the world
Mhm.
and brought their politics with them. And it took them a while to say, you know what, I don't think I was right all those years.
Mhm.
And they are
Let's take a
changing.
look at Onslow.
Yeah, let's do that, child.
Okay, unaffiliated, 52,256. And then we have Republican, 48,065. And Democrats, 24,117. Well, look at the Libertarians, 1,812.
Yep.
No labels, 179. Constitution Party, 0. Green Party, 34.
What about the pedestrian party? One.
Unaffiliated, what, 52,000?
Yes, yeah, that's
Now,
that 4,000.
unaffiliated
It's
traditionally.
climbing.
Traditionally unaffiliated, according to the polls
Mm-hmm.
out there. I don't have any firsthand knowledge of it, but unofficially in the primary, they will select the Republican ballot, 60 to 40. I think it's probably higher than that in Onslow County right now.
Okay.
And in other counties, it will be lower. Possibly in New Hanover County, you're still going to have some probably stronger Democrat hole in the than the unaffiliated group than you will in other counties. Simply because the people got ticked off with the Democrat Party in New Hanover County, so they quit, but they couldn't go Republican.
I remember it used to be considered, because several times in over the past years, decade, whatever, when they were redrawing the congressional maps, they were talking about putting us in with New Hanover and
Oh, that
Brunswick.
wasn't going to work.
We
at
were
all.
like, no.
No, that's not going to happen.
Well, Lee's list just showed that there's more females registered here in Onslow than males.
Yes, they're pretty close. I have to go back. Look it up again. Let me
What?
see.
It was
But you know, it was strange during this last vote. The males had us by one.
One
Let me
vote.
see.
62,000 females, 54,000 males.
Well, they say there's more females in Onslow County than
That's
males
8,000
anyway.
more.
Yeah. A total of 126,463 registered to vote. And of course, we have a population of much more, but a lot of that's military. So
Yeah.
who are not registered here. They're registered their home.
If they're
voters.
registered anywhere. And that's a thing too we got to start harping on again. It's not too late for you guys. You can either register for the first time or
Excuse me.
change your registration
Right.
and register here in Onslow County to vote in the November election. Okay? You can do that. It's not too late to do that. But what you need to do is decide whether your vote's going to count more on a local level. You're going to still be able to vote for the president of your choice, right? The man of your choice for president. You
Right.
can do that. And regardless of whatever your party affiliation is in November, but your vote will count just as much here in Onslow County for president as it will in California. And your vote in California, especially if you're conservative, is not going to count a whole lot in certain parts of California. And do you know anybody in California who's running for public office on the local level? That's what you need to consider. Otherwise, what Onslow County's leaders, the county commissioners, the city council, they don't have a race this year, the Board of Education, what they do will impact your lives more than whatever the people in California, Idaho, Nebraska, New Hampshire, or wherever you're from. It will have more impact on your daily lives during your tenure in Onslow County than your folks so-called back home.
Well, that's the
That's what
biggest
y'all need to
thing.
think about.
Most people that are like military that are stationed here, the president is the only thing they're really concerned about.
You
when
can
it
vote for
comes voting
president
time,
here.
which they can do it absentee. But as far as local races, they don't know who any of these people are. They don't
And
care.
you can vote for president right here.
That's right. You can do it. Yeah, I mean, they make it pretty easy.
Think about it. All right, time to do a little bit of that stuff called WETA, the severe weather tip, a courtesy of John Starrs Electric right here in Jacksonville. In the event of a severe weather event, your emergency kit will vary depending on the type of the event. For emergency winter storms, for instance, what you pack will be different than for tropical weather emergencies. With the start of hurricane season a week away, you should have two plans. One that calls for you remaining in place during the storm. A second plan ready to place into action that calls for an immediate evacuation if you're so instructed. Rations and supplies that will take care of yourself and your family should include water for each person, non-perishable food, first aid supplies, ways to communicate your situation when your cell phone goes down, a battery-powered radio that will tune into local radio stations that will keep you up to date on storm conditions, and of course, a NOAA weather radio, plus a supply of batteries that will bring you the latest information and warnings. Don't forget, all prescription meds that you have, keep them handy. Make sure you maintain the prescribed schedule for administering the drugs. For your evacuation kit, your drugs, important papers, blankets, extra clothes, fully stocked first aid kit, flashlights, and batteries. You may be in a shelter or a motel that's not fully equipped. It would be wise to have bottled water, comfort food, and non-perishable food as well. Think about your kids. If you have some, most assuredly think about your pets as well. The key is to sit down and make lists for the types of emergency conditions you may encounter. If you evacuate, it may take longer than you think before you can return home. In any event, a supply of cash will become essential. Credit card machines and ATMs don't work too well when the power is out. And speaking of a power outage, You can feel more comfortable and secure with a Generac generator that supplies at least part, perhaps all, of the essential electrical devices in your home. It's time now to think about planning for outages of a couple days up to a week. Why not power up your life with a John Star's Generac generator? When the power goes out, you'll likely be cut off from the world. If that's the case, you can at least hunker down knowing that you'll have electricity. John Star's Electric can handle your needs turnkey and worry-free. Their number is 910-989-1908, 989-1908. We'll be back with your weather outlook after this commercial break.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Is your phone plan messing with your savings plan? Don't get stuck paying for things you don't want. With Verizon, you only pay for what you need. And for a limited time, when you bring your own phones to a Verizon store, you'll get an amazing price on your plan. Plus, you'll save on things you actually love, like the Netflix and Max with Ads bundle. And it's on our award-winning 5G network. Bring your phones to your Verizon store today for an incredible deal. A better plan to save is Verizon. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great. But with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Your Marine Weather Forecast is brought to you by Community Prevention Services right here in Jacksonville. I'm not sure how we have earned the distinction of being 7th in the state for people at risk of severe depression, but that's where Onslow County ranks right now. Most everyone suffers bouts with depression, usually the result of a short-lived situation. But many of us experience severe depression from time to time. Every year, 40 out of every 100,000 Onslow County residents report situations that result in them suffering severe depression. How do you even know when severe depression reaches that sort of a level, a dangerous level? If you can't identify what severe depression is, how do you know when you've got it? What should you do if you feel you're having problems with depression that you can't control? Kelly, you deal with that on a daily basis, right?
I do. Well, I mean, when you're doing a depression assessment, for example, one of the questions, depending on how it's worded, is basically asking you, have you recently, in the last 2 weeks, have you experienced any loss in pleasure in doing activities, especially things that you once found enjoyable? Mm-hmm. Another question would be that I would definitely ask, have you changed any of your routine? In other words, are you calling out of work? Are you staying home just sleeping? Like some people with really severe depression. I knew an individual who cocooned themselves in their bedroom. They put like black blankets all over the window just to shut everything out. Yeah. So are you having that kind of issue? Are you not finding any kind of enjoyment in anything? Have you stopped doing the things you normally like to do? A lot of those things are like the classic hallmark symptoms of someone that needs to go in and talk to somebody. Okay. Crying spells, irritability, those kind of things as well.
That's depression.
Yeah.
Severe depression.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But like I said, I assume that what I'm reading, that all of us have a little bit here. We may have the loss of a loved one, loss of a pet or whatever. But if that continues,
loss of a job. I've seen that a lot.
Oh, I would imagine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. And financial issues or whatever, and say, I don't see, there's a bottomless pit here and I'm falling down it.
Stress can actually trigger depression.
Can you help in that?
Absolutely.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Community Prevention Services, they're located at 918 Henderson Drive right here in Jacksonville. You can know that anything you discuss is totally confidential. They ain't going to blab it, y'all. This is not the National Enquirer.
Nope.
Prevention Services accepts most insurances. Give them a call to discuss an appointment, 910-353-0972. Offshore today, northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet. Northeasterly winds 10 to 15, seas 3-foot waves from northeast every 7 seconds, meeting 2-foot waves from the east every 2 seconds. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop. Patchy fog throughout the morning. Wednesday looking pretty good. Northeasterly winds around 5 knots, becoming southeasterly this afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon, seas 2 to 3 feet. Sounds and rivers flat, increasing to a light chop in the afternoon. Thursday, again, a pretty nice day on the water. Southwesterly winds 5 to 10, increasing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. 2 to 3 footers. Sounds and rivers, a light chop, increasing to a moderate chop in the afternoon Thursday.
Today, mostly cloudy to start off, then gradually becoming sunny with a high of 81. Tonight, patchy fog after 2 a.m., otherwise increasing clouds, a low of 58. Tomorrow, up until 9 a.m., there will be fog, so please exercise caution when you're driving tomorrow morning. Otherwise, it will clear tomorrow with a high of 86. Tomorrow night, clear, low of 64. It's warming up at night. And on Thursday, sunny, high of 88. Although I was told that this Saturday, there may be some pretty significant thunderstorms, but we'll see. I'm not going to say it yet because it don't say it on here.
If we have Saturday, we'll have thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms. Mm-hmm. Then is it 10 days later? That's when we're going to have snow?
No, that's not in spring. Nope.
Yeah. You and Tom Austin.
Whatever.
And well, I have a quick shout out. If there's anybody listening that works for Spectrum IT, if you could please get in touch with me, because we need to know at work how to change the name that shows up on people's caller ID.
Oh.
And we've called Spectrum, and I know everybody has a hiring shortage, but come on, some of these people that we've dealt with, I'm just sad to say, have not been helpful at all. And this is a landline.
I haven't had any problems with that. You got a business, so
We have a
are you
the
calling the
name.
business section?
Yes.
Okay, because that's the
And-
difference.
Yeah, and I'm going to try them again. But if what is happening is, our name's Community Prevention Services, but what's showing up on caller ID is CPS.
Oh.
Clients won't answer
They don't
because
know
they
what it
think
is.
CPS is calling them. No, they think it's social
Child
services
protection.
coming to yank their kids away.
Gotcha.
So, and we've called them before, and they're like, "Well, we can't predict what shows up on a cell phone." And I'm like, "Dude, this is a landline. We just want the name
Yeah,
changed.
well, whatever.
That has nothing to do with someone's cell phone."
Well, how does your bill come?
Community Prevention Services.
That's the way it should show
And
up.
I
Now,
just want to
but
say
again,
community
I will
or
say it.
prevention. I don't even care if it says services.
Now,
That's not CPS.
On my cell phone, I don't
Mhm.
know what it would show up as. But on a landline like this one over here, it probably shows up differently, doesn't it?
Sometimes it shows up as, it depends because we've tried it both ways. Sometimes it'll just say wireless caller, but a lot of times it'll show up as CPS. And we've had quite a few clients, like, especially new ones, are scared to answer the phone. I mean, I
Now,
get
okay,
it.
that's going to be probably, I'm going to guess,
Mhm.
okay, it's likely going to be an issue with whoever's cell phone provider it is. Not yours,
Uh-huh.
not Spectrum. But if it's I'm not going to call it any names, but a cell phone
Mhm.
provider that they have,
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, call us.
Mhm.
And then it shows up as CPS. That's one thing. That's going to be lying with the whoever the provider
But why
is.
can't it just say community?
You have
I
to
mean-
deal with every cell phone provider there is to make that happen.
But wonder how the cell phone provider got it that way.
No, they
And a few,
abbreviated it.
but a few
When they saw
landline
it come
people,
in,
but a few people with landlines, it showed up on their landline as well.
it's CPS.
Yeah, and it's okay. People won't answer the phone. I mean, I get it.
How
So
many
if
people
anybody
have
knows how to
Who has a
help us,
landline?
you'd be. I thought nobody did. I'm wrong.
I looked at my telephone book.
Yeah.
I've got
I don't have a
local
landline.
telephone
I
book.
had a
It's about
landline
that thick.
15 years. Yeah. But yeah, there's quite a few people that still do. Shockingly, I thought my mother was the only one with a landline, but I'm totally wrong about that
Well,
fact.
we've got two landlines in here,
Mhm.
and I had another one up there in the house, but I had to cancel that because all I got was spam calls.
We got a
So I
landline
got
from
rid of
mom
mine.
here
Mhm.
because she just couldn't figure out her cell phone. It just became problematic. So she can answer that landline.
Okay.
We hadn't had a landline in our house.
Is
in-
it a landline through Spectrum?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a rotary?
No, it's
Oh, come
we
on.
got her a
I got a rotary
a
phone if she needs it.
cordless phone. Yeah, so she can carry it around with her in the house. Yeah.
Okay.
We actually got two, one for upstairs, one for down. Just it was easier.
Boy, the only
Yeah.
problem with that is the power goes out.
Yeah, but we'll be
Yeah.
home with her if
That's
9
true.
times out of 10, so it
That's
won't
true.
matter.
Very
Yeah.
true.
So anyway, so if anybody knows how we can fix this, I would love to know because it is
Remember used to have the
problematic.
one hanging up on the wall with the push button.
We had that. Well, we had the
Yeah.
rotary. We didn't even have the push
I remember
button.
the black rotary.
Kind of funny. My dad, when back in the days of nothing but landlines, and they were all rotary dial, right? He got so mad because he was to say he did not have a lot of patience for slowness. No, he had no patience for people who were slow or equipment that was slow or things that didn't work as fast as he did.
That's how I
He
am.
called the telephone man over,
Uh-huh.
the rotary dial. I forgot his name was Pat. I remember him. He used to live right down the street here. He said, Pat, because he built his house. He said, Pat, this phone takes too long when I dial it to go all the way back. And every time I dial it, it takes before I can dial the next number.
Yeah.
So Pat went in and put a stronger spring in. He dialed it, goes zing, zing. It just kind
It
of rotated. Oh, absolutely,
Oh, wow.
it worked. He had an idea.
We've come a long way, haven't
Oh,
we?
we have come a long way.
Mhm.
Anyway, some people must be born just bad to the bone. That's not enough time in one lifetime for anyone to become so mean that they would dig a hole and bury their wife
Oh,
alive.
this story is so awful.
62-year-old David Pagliano was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the death of his wife several years ago. The district attorney in Arizona had pursued the death penalty due to the horrific crime, but Pagliano decided to plead guilty just recently and allow the judge to decide his sentence the night before the trial. I don't know whether in Arizona, if you plead guilty, if it's an automatic non-capital offense or not. I don't know whether he could get zapped or not. But the judge, whatever it was, he pleaded guilty.
Did it say why
And then-
he did it?
No.
I don't think I've ever heard.
No.
And did you know that he dug it with his hands?
Yes. Hand dug grave. The investigation began in 2017 when Sandra Pagliano, who was 39 at the time, just disappeared as she and David were going through a divorce. A massive manhunt was ongoing, and authorities discovered her body bound and gagged in packing tape inside a hand-dug grave. Hand-dug. I don't know whether he used his hands or whether he used a shovel in a rural area north of Prescott, Arizona. Authorities determined that David abducted his wife, even as her children slept, didn't say his children, and bound her in the packing tape. He drove to a remote area and buried her alive. What kind of a human? I can't think of an animal that would do that. Any kind of an animal that would do that. According to the county sheriff's office, evidence showed Sandra Pagliano vigorously struggled while she was in the grave, and she may have been conscious for up to 5 minutes.
Oh, Lord.
I can't breathe.
This was certainly a case that should have earned the creep the death penalty. He's about as mean as they come. He might get some prison justice. You never know. Let's take a break. Our number, if you want to chat, 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 90.1 WSME.
Hey y'all, thank y'all for coming to the Richlands Piggly Wiggly last week for those awesome specials. I'm back to share this week's specials at The Pig, as we call it here in Richlands. The weather is getting hotter and so are these deals. To get you in the summertime mood, we have Jumbo Athena cantaloupes for $3.99 each. And y'all know summertime calls for grilling on the back patio in the evening, and we have just what you need. Get you some fresh boneless New York strip steaks at $9.99 a pound. And throw in some fresh half-cup bone-in pork chops for just $1.69 a pound. There's no better way to spend a sunny and 75 evening than grilling up some of our fresh meats at an awesome deal. Y'all come get in the summertime mood with us at the Richlands Piggly Wiggly. And to our Jacksonville shoppers, come on down and get to grilling with us. And remember, y'all, let's get piggy with it.
When it comes to paint and paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their paint, painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge and helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Doris Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morehead City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957. Flatwoods Outfitters, veteran-owned and operated, located at 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 between Swansboro and Jacksonville and Newburgh, finds you to remember those that didn't forget us and paid the ultimate price for our freedom this Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th. Flatwoods Outfitters is the most complete sporting and firearm facility in Onslow County, right here in your backyard, complete with a shooting range and instruction. Flatwoods Outfitters carries all major brand names of shotguns, long guns, pistols, and ammunition to bag your limit for whatever game is in season, from dove to bear. Flatwoods Outfitters also takes pride in helping you protect your Second Amendment rights and urges you to learn how to safely handle any firearm for personal safety. At Flatwoods, you can sight in your scope and use your shooting or archery range. If you're interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can help with that also. So, whether you are a sportsman or concerned about personal safety, let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Flatwoods Outfitters assist you. For range hours, phone 910-353-7588. 7593. That's 910-353-7593 for range hours. Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting heritage, wildlife, and Constitution. Flatwoods Outfitters, again, reminds you to remember those that didn't forget us and paid the ultimate price for our freedom this Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th.
Modern Exterminating, proudly serving Onslow and surrounding counties since 1952, asks you to join them in remembering all those that served our country and made the ultimate sacrifice to preserve our freedom this Memorial Day, May 27th. For 72 years being family owned and operated, Modern Exterminating has been protecting our citizens and property from rodents, termites, mosquitoes, fleas, and other pests. Being authorized to serve government quarters, Modern Exterminating also would like to thank the men and women presently serving our country. Once again, take time to remember the brave men and women who did not forget us this Memorial Day, May 27th. Modern Exterminating, 627 College Street in Jacksonville. The bug stops here.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard, by phone 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, we're working on a couple of things right here. We're going to try to reach out to the one of the sheriffs in a neighboring county here. Got some issues going on over there, and we want to talk to him. But right now, we're going to talk about Onslow, the head of the Onslow EMS division, facing multiple child sex charges. The State Bureau of Investigation has confirmed that Robert West Barefoot was arrested last Friday after he turned himself in at the Onslow County Detention Center. Barefoot faces 4 counts of felony indecent liberties with a child, 2 counts of sexual battery. He was jailed under a $40,000 secured bond. The State Bureau of Investigation received a request to investigate the allegations back in March of this year. Barefoot was hired just a little less than a year ago as the Emergency Medical Services Division head for Onslow County. However, he resigned from his position last month on April 18th. I'm assuming that the SBI has been investigating and probably talking with him since that point in time. My goodness gracious, what a mess that is.
Yes.
Hope it's not true. But anyway, got Kelly outside trying to work with the sheriff in a neighboring county, see if we can get him on the air here to talk about something that I find a little bit
disturbing.
Makes me kind of one of those words.
Yes,
An
really.
influential, physically conservative and libertarian political advocacy group will work with gas stations across the country this week to remind Americans what the price of the pump was 4 years ago. Someone has finally realized what I've been predicting for the last year is likely the plan that the DNC is working on. Yesterday, Americans for Prosperity hosted the first of a series of events that will roll back gas prices from coast to coast to get a pre-Bidenomics break at the pump. More than 20 gas stations will participate throughout the week, temporarily reducing prices to as low as $2.38 per gallon, near the average price per gallon of gas on the day President Biden assumed office. Assumed. Oh, yeah, I like that word.
Assumed.
Hopefully, my big box store gas dealer will roll their prices back to the day before the 2020 elections. And for your information, here it was $2.12. I made a note of it and put it in my glove compartment. The first AFP gas rollback event kicked off at 11 a.m. That was yesterday at a Sunoco station in Pittsburgh. The events will continue through May 29th, closing at a gas station in Oregon. AFP expects at least 4,000 drivers to line up at gas stations this week to fill up their tanks at a bargain price. If prices roll back that much, I expect there will be many more than 4,000 motorists stopping by. I hope they have extra fuel trucks rolling in just in case they're going to need them. The jump in gas prices, by the way, are not included. Get this. I was not aware of this. The jump in gas prices are not included in the inflation rate. They're separate from the normal inflation rate. In other words, the current 3% inflation rate inflation rate does not take into account the price at the pumps. Okay, how can we say the inflation rate, which supposedly topped out at 9%, actually be that low? Have you seen prices coming down to the supermarket?
No.
No, my bill just went up.
Other than the outrageous jump in egg prices last year, doubling in prices at the cash register, now down to a lower but still inflated price. What about beef? Ribeyes, I think, are down from a bulge of 16 to 18 bucks a pound down to maybe $8 to $12 a pound.
That's on sale.
I don't know.
That's on sale.
I'm not buying any.
Every time I go to the grocery store, I go by the meat counter. I'm like, oh, see what the steaks are.
And to be honest with you, the last ones that I bought, which were inflated,
right,
and they look really good on the surface.
Right.
I cannot buy a steak and not know what I'm going to get. If I expect to pay that much, I've paid they were on sale, $8.98 a pound. $8.98 a pound they were, and on sale. And I went and bought a couple, and guess what they tasted like?
They were be tough, weren't they?
Cardboard.
Yes.
Had no taste. I don't care what kind of seasoning I did, like I normally do prior to cooking. Cooked them the same way. They all were awful. Mine was tough.
Well, that's not good.
Not good at all. And it was, it's very irritating. All right, we're going to be talking with the sheriff of this other county tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, 7:05.
Okay, something's happening over there that when you read it to me during the last break, I was it sounded more like California crap to me.
I think
Colorado.
He has made a Facebook post detailing what happened with his commissioners cutting his budget by $100,000.
Oh, not good.
Things cut were overtime, vehicle maintenance, and fuel.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You citizens in our county of Jones.
Yeah.
Our neighboring county.
Yeah.
Here,
our neighbors.
You need to go to your Facebook pages and take a look, see it at the sheriff's.
He made a posting, a lengthy one.
And we're going to have him on tomorrow morning at 7
yes,
o'clock.
He's going to call in. He's going to call in at 7:05.
Good.
Yes.
What exactly? Whose page was that on, Kelly?
It's on a lot of pages. He posted it on their he posted it on
his personal page.
No, he has a Jones County Sheriff's page.
Okay. Just look out for go to Facebook, look out Jones County Sheriff's Office.
He posted it 16 hours ago, and it's titled press release, and it's got a bunch of red exclamation points. And he says he's not a big Facebook person, but
I'm glad he
could not in good conscience not let the citizen know what was happening.
Definitely share that on our page too.
Yep.
It's lengthy, and he's even got his cell phone number on there for citizens to call him.
And we'll take your calls tomorrow morning beginning at 7 o'clock.
This is a safety issue.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what is happening? I just don't understand.
But they're going to put it out there, and they need to be accessible to the people.
I agree with that, because this affects all the citizens.
Commissioners are.
Yeah.
I'll call any of them at any time and get answers to my questions.
Oh, yeah.
I just did last night.
Yep.
Called one. And I was like, what am I hearing?
All right, let's take a break. You've got a story when we come back.
Yeah, real short.
Yeah, you're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom WSME.
Mills International Incorporated. Cub Cadet dealer is ready for spring, and you should be too with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control from traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
Vacation season is here. That means fishing and fun. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 14 West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool and tune up your engine. They do everything from oranges to brakes, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So, whether it's a battery, a simple hose, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for a getaway, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Corliss Road, in the friendly city by the sea in Swansboro. Again, for Battlefield Automotive, call 910-325-0828.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Or what else is going on out there? Anything?
I have a story for you. It's
Good.
a true story.
A true story.
A true story.
As opposed to a
fake
news.
Fake news, right? No, this is a true story. I have a friend who lives in New Bern. She's a businesswoman.
Mm-hmm.
And just recently, she flew to Kansas City for a family member's graduation.
Okay.
Well, during the 6-hour layover at the airport along the way.
Where? Atlanta?
Probably.
Raleigh?
She said
Charlotte?
that somehow someone had hacked into her cell phone and spent over $6,500 in her bank account.
Yo.
So I asked her and I said, you didn't happen to plug and your cell
Charger.
phone into any chargers there at the airport, like
yeah,
the
I
chargers
did.
on the wall?
Yeah, I did.
She goes, yes, I did.
Don't do that.
That is because we discussed it a couple weeks ago. It's a huge hacking scheme with a lot of airports where hackers are able to get into that system and hack your phone and your personal ID and everything.
And you got a whole lot of hackers hanging around the airport.
The thing about it is, I mean, airports, I'm sure they provide that Wi-Fi service for you. You can charge your phone or whatever, but do they have any type of cybersecurity on it? Probably not. But yeah, she took her for about $6,500 on the bank's working on it right now.
Is it for the charging or that she plugged in to charge her phone?
She plugged into the wall, the charging unit on the wall.
Oh, okay. And that's all she did?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, there was a big news story came out a couple
Well,
of weeks ago.
I know
about
that there's some, unless that automatically logs you into the airport Wi-Fi, I don't know how
I'm
that
sure
would
it's like a
happen.
public Wi-Fi.
See, I don't use public Wi-Fi's like that. I'll
don't
just use
either.
my
Use your
Verizon,
There you go.
Right.
Whatever you
hotspot,
call
yeah,
this. I just use my Verizon data.
I have my Spectrum data that I can use.
I'm not going to use a Wi-Fi play.
You walk into some of these strange, walk into some businesses or you walk into a restaurant, and they get free Wi-Fi. You connect to that, you're opening yourself up to anything. So, but she did $6,500 in a matter of hours.
Well, she should get that back.
Yes. She said the bank said it'll take about 21 days.
That long?
Yes. Up
That's
to 21
crazy.
days.
Thank you for citizens. I walked over, I called them one day and told them about our business account there.
Right.
And they went back and they immediately found
I had the same thing at Marine Federal because I've been with them for 30 plus years, but I had an irregular charge and they had it cleared up in a matter of days.
They actually found stuff that I had not found.
That's right. I remember that was
So
on the radio account.
That was good. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We do appreciate that.
But and the bad thing about it is, I don't know. Can you take the charging batteries on the airplane with you in your pocket?
I don't know. Are they lithium? You don't need them on the airplane itself. Put them in your checked luggage.
Well, that's what I mean. Can you put them in your luggage and
Oh, I don't know about that.
I mean,
now.
like you're sitting there waiting for it. Oh, God, I have your backpack. Usually when I travel like that, can you carry an extra battery in that? Is that allowed to come on the airplane?
We will ask.
Yeah, it's just
We've
a
got to
good
find out what
question.
TSA says about those extra
Yes.
charged up cells.
Because if you can bring your own extra charger and charge your phone yourself without plugging into a wall.
What she's talking about, folks who don't know, they're these little battery packs. They're not charging devices. You charge them up at home
Right.
with your regular charging system.
Yeah.
And then you can recharge, get a little boost into your batteries on your cell phone because it
Yes.
puts out, the equivalent of a charging supply until that is depleted. You can usually get, if it's new and it's fully charged, you can get several charges out of it. So
Yeah.
that's always a good
Yes.
plan. I don't know about carrying it on the plane. If you can carry your telephone on the plane,
That's true.
You
I
got to
mean,
take it. I think you would probably need to take it as your carry-on. Why wouldn't you?
I have a battery, an extra battery pack, and
Mhm.
it's kind of big. It's bigger. It's
Oh,
a
you
little
got
bit
one
bigger
that-
than my cell phone,
oh,
but
great.
it'll charge
Mhm.
for hours.
You could jumpstart the airplane then.
Probably so.
Let's take a break. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Want to chat? Now's your time. We're going to go into Trump when we come back.
Oh, Lord.
910-333-0139. Go ahead and take another sip of coffee. You're going to need it. We'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The second and possibly final defense witness at former President Trump's trial in New York will be back on the stand this morning on thin ice with Judge Juan Merchan.
The judge cleared the courtroom, scolding witness former Cohen advisor Robert Costello for rolling his eyes and making comments under his breath. The former president, who has pled not guilty to falsifying business records, calling the judge a tyrant and a disaster.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. FDIC Chairman Martin Gruenberg is resigning. An investigation finds the Banking Safety Agency to be a toxic workplace.
The White House says Martin Gruenberg will leave his post once a successor is nominated by the president and confirmed by the Senate. A recent Banking Committee hearing outlined harassment complaints by female FDIC employees that lined up with the independent report.
Fox's Gernal Scott, a person has died on board a Singapore Airlines flight that encountered severe turbulence on a flight from London to Singapore. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Okie dokie, we're back here. And it's 8 o'clock, 2 minutes after 8 o'clock. For you folks following this Trump trial, isn't it getting a little bit ridiculous?
Childish.
Lee follows it.
I know. I follow it. I check up on the
I
various
just
news
at night
reports.
watch the highlights.
Well, I look at the news stories on it and I read them, and it's just amazing to look at the different sources of news and then just keep looking. And I'm like, were they at the same place?
Well, my mother had it on last night. And what I find interesting, they were talking about this judge.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if there were ever grounds for a mistrial, I think the fact that two of the current or upcoming witnesses, he has limited what they can talk about.
The judge has?
Yeah.
Hmm.
One of them will be testifying today. That Costello guy.
Yeah.
And then the guy that was the what did he do?
Well, they're calling him for the defense, right? They're going to call
Yes.
Costello for the defense.
Yeah, and the other guy too. And he yesterday ruled that there's certain things they're not allowed to talk about. One of them
Really?
is what one of them's job is. He's the one that originally had to do with election and campaign finance laws. He can't talk about that.
Why?
He's limiting and a lot of people are saying that this is hampering Trump's defense.
Here's the way I'm looking at it. I think right now, based upon the limited amount of the stuff,
Mm-hmm.
another word for crap, that I've seen presented from both sides,
Yeah.
the comments and everything else, I'm trying to boil it down to just the facts man, famous
Mhm.
Jack Webb stuff, right?
Correct.
Just the facts man. What are the charges? What relevant, keyword, what relevant evidence have you provided that's related to those charges? And at that point in time,
Mm-hmm.
limited amount that I've watched it, I acknowledge that. I know there's some people out there trolling it. They're just Lee's all over it. Steve is all over it. I mean, all of y'all are all over it. I'm not. But from what I have seen, not speculation, but I've seen defense attorneys at this point in time say, Your Honor, you yourself have said you have not seen any evidence presented. You questioned on several of the witnesses whether that was even relevant or not, what they had to say. Most notably, Stormy Daniels. Then we've heard the lies either then or now and then from your other key witness, Mr. Cohen. People are going back and forth. What is the relevancy and what is the reliability of this so-called evidence? Your Honor, I move for a dismissal of all charges.
I think they've already tried that.
I know they have, but they haven't.
Yes.
You can do that more than once.
I would.
And the longer this goes on and the less stuff that comes up, this judge is going to be under more pressure to look at all of this and say, you know what, is this really worth our while? We've already wasted, was it 5 weeks now, 4 weeks?
Yes.
We've already blown this.
Well, next week is the defense's chance. So, and I think Trump is still deciding whether he's going to testify. He does not need to testify.
No, he does not.
He just needs to be quiet, let the defense do their closing arguments.
He will be gavelled down so many times.
Well, don't you know it?
Totally, completely.
He just needs to sit there and be quiet and let his lawyers do the work.
And I really wish I had the time, actually, to sit down and look at that thing from day one to day, whatever it is. But I don't.
The biggest thing is all the defense has to do is show a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, I'm just confused. We've all. Is anybody here not agree that the guy's a sleazeball?
You talking about Trump?
Yeah.
Trump he can be a sleazeball, yes.
Anybody disagree with that among us? No,
I don't.
We all agree with that.
Yeah.
Would we vote for him? God, no. The problem is that just as it was in 2020 and as it was in 2016, what were your choices? We didn't have any then. Don't
Look,
have any now.
I would rather have Donald Trump than Joe Biden in office.
And
what does that say?
It's
What
scary,
does that
scary
say?
thought. I just
I'm just sad my Tim Scott didn't. He dropped out.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
You know,
No, he's still in the running
I
on the
know.
short list for
I don't
vice
think
president.
I don't think he'll be picked.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, what's up?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, Steve.
How y'all doing this morning?
I don't know. I'm confused. Help me out.
I hear you. Well, I can clear up one thing for you, at least, is
Okay.
that I'm not all over this case.
Oh, shoot. Dadgummit, I'm an expert. Hang up. Goodbye. Just kidding.
But yeah, I've caught some tidbits from it. Like I said before, if I was on the jury, from what I've heard from the commentators, I probably wouldn't vote to convict him. But I'm not in the jury. I haven't heard the evidence. I haven't seen the evidence. So you know how they're going to decide is still up in the air.
Yeah.
I believe. And to me, it's just a trivial case. I believe it's actually helping Trump in the long run because everybody's just going to get burned out on hearing about him and his court cases before we get to the ones that are important. You know, and to me, they could drop all the charges against him if they would just go ahead with the documents case. That's the one that it means something to me. That's the one I think had the most impact on our security of this country.
Oh, my God, Steve, that's not salacious enough. You don't have a hooker involved.
I get it. You know, and that's part of the problem, I believe, is that a lot of people want to turn our politics into a reality show, and I want it to go back to being boring like it used to be.
That's right.
Good point.
And that's what that trial would be. Totally boring.
Well, the documents trial, I think they've already
what I'm talking
put that off till after November.
yeah, which is,
Now.
well, that's a one and done then.
Yes.
Not that he'll be president, but it's just going to be a one and done. Who's going to even care?
already
If he
talking
loses, for instance, if Biden wins and he loses, then who's going to care about that document case at that point in time?
I don't know. I will.
I know you will.
I hope that's something they still pursue. Because, like I say, if you were a spy out there feeding information to Americans and you don't know if you've been compromised, man, that's going to change how you feed us information. You know, it has to. And I don't know that they even have a grip on what has been compromised.
I don't know how far.
That one's the one that's huge.
I don't know how far that information went. I don't know what the accessibility of that was. I don't know, and that's what concerns me. I just do not know.
From the way it appears is if you got a job as a cleaning lady or a janitor at Mar-a-Lago, you had access to highly classified documents, and that was all it took to get access to that. And that's the way it appears. I don't know for sure, but if they were sitting in the ballroom, to be sure, there was all kinds of cleaning people that came by them every day. You know, so if they were in the bathroom, Trump don't clean his own toilets. Somebody cleaned that thing every day. You know, so all you had to do if you were a spy to gain access to this stuff was get a job at Mar-a-Lago, which I'm sure is not that difficult. Yeah, but so that one concerns me the most. All the other stuff is trivial. The Georgia RICO case, I think that one's significant, but I think they're going to have a hard time proving a conspiracy.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure right now that Fannie's going to be the district attorney. She's got some opposition in the Democrat primary.
And I you know, that may be true, but in my view, they always attack the accuser. That doesn't necessarily change the evidence against the accused. Though.
No, not at all. But they'll have to find somebody to prosecute it. And I think she's been leading that charge. So I think everybody, if she loses, for instance, what do you think the other, who's a Democrat as well, do you think whoever takes up that position is going to say, you know what, that didn't fare her too well. I don't think I'm going to continue with it. I don't see the probable cause here. And I mean, he could dump it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of personal opinions that would be floating around over, you know, to get to that decision. So I don't even know how to speculate on that.
And unfortunately, so many of them are going to be based on politics, which way the political wind is blowing.
Exactly. And let me ask you this. What about the top secret classified documents they found in Biden's garage?
Oh, that doesn't matter. He's, you know.
I mean, if we're going to do it.
Seriously, Lee. you're talking about apples and oranges here.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That was they didn't find those in Biden's house. Biden had his lawyers go through and search, and his team found them and immediately notified the archives and started the proper process. At Mar-a-Lago, they went all the way to serving him a grand jury subpoena for the documents, and then he still didn't give them back and had his lawyers sign an affidavit lying, saying he did. So you can't compare those two. Yes, they both had classified documents, but the way they handled that situation is different night and day.
So the charge against him should be not that he had possession of them, is that he wouldn't give them back, right?
What he actually got charged with was the documents he didn't give back. The ones he did give back, he didn't get charged for having those. He only got charged for the ones that the FBI retrieved when they went there and served the search warrant.
So again, he's been charged for failing to give them back.
I would have to go to look to see exactly what the charges is. I don't want to speak specifically on those because I can't recall right off the top of my head as I'm driving down the road what the actual wording of the charges were. But I'm along the lines of illegally retaining classified documents.
You know, look, it was Joe Biden's aides that went through all his personal stuff, his home, his garage.
And at the same time, let's also mention that Mike Pence had his people go through his stuff as well and found some documents as well.
I guarantee you.
And you might want to look and see exactly what documents were found, because I do not believe they found those SCI highly classified red label documents.
Will we know?
In either Joe Biden or Mike Pence's possession. I believe Trump is the only one that had them that level of high security documents.
Do we know that for a fact? I guarantee you every president in history
look into
taken
it.
something.
I don't know it for a fact. I believe that was the reporting that has been put out there, is that they did have some stuff that was classified but not top secret. And I could be wrong on that, but I believe that was the case with both Mike Pence and Joe Biden, is that the stuff they had was classified and not SCI top secret.
Yeah, well,
but possession
I've
of it,
seen different
either one of them
reports
is-
on it, yes.
Yeah, possession of either one of them is wrong. Not supposed to have them.
And I agree there. But I mean, the way the Mike Pence and Joe Biden handled it is completely different than the way Trump handled it. And that's the main issue.
You have to think about it too. It was after.
They tried for a year. They tried for a year to get Trump to give those documents back so that they could just keep it quiet, because keeping it quiet was the best thing for our security.
Well, the thing about it is, all this Biden and Pence and cleaning up of all their files all came out after the revelation of what was going on with Trump. But I guarantee you, Obama, before him, Bush, I guarantee you that there's past presidents still living now. I probably have a document or two stashed away. I mean, I probably would too.
Well, let's look at it from this angle. Once you've seen that Trump had taken all these documents and that the archives and the archivists at the people in the White House did not stop them from doing that, then it might be worth checking through your boxes of stuff that you've got stacked up in your garage that you haven't opened.
My whole point of the whole thing is that
didn't get past them either. So I mean, for two former high-ranking officials to go through their, to self audit themselves to see if they had any of these documents, it seems like maybe they were just trying to make sure that they didn't accidentally do what Trump did on purpose.
Right. Well, my whole thing is
and I ain't saying that's true. I'm just saying it. It's Occam's razor is that the most obvious answer is usually the right one. If they were trying to be dirty, they would have just took and burned those documents, and nobody would ever knew they had them.
Well, there are probably some records of them that they had them somewhere down deep.
Actually,
Where are they?
I do know
I
do know the ones Joe Biden had. The archives had no idea he had those.
Yeah, well,
I do know.
They
that
probably
was
wouldn't
reported.
know.
They may not have, but
Well,
somebody knew.
Here's according to your CNN report. According to the report, FBI agents recovered materials from the garage, offices, and basement den in Mr. Biden's Wilmington, Delaware home. He also kept classified notebooks in unsecured and unauthorized spaces at his Virginia and Delaware home. These materials included marked classified documents about military and foreign policy in Afghanistan and notebooks containing Mr. Biden's handwritten entries about issues of national security and foreign policy implicating sensitive intelligence source and materials.
Now, help me out, Steve. These all the documents that we're talking about, guys, my memory is not the same as it used to be. Was that during his Obama years as VP? All of these documents?
Not all of them. I think some of them even go back as far as when he was a senator.
Oh, my.
I may be mistaken on this, but once again, listen to what you're reading. It was classified. And that's a completely different category.
It just said right in the same news story that there was a lot of extremely sensitive information and it had to do with the military too.
I give you that.
The point is,
there's a difference between classified and top secret SCI. There's a very big difference between those. So classified information does not have to be kept in a SCIF. You know, the security protocols for those two different categories is night and day, once again.
I don't think the trunk of Biden's Corvette is proper protocol for storing that classified documents.
It wasn't a trunk of his car. His car was in the garage. The documents were in a box that still had the seal from the White House on them and had not been broken.
And all you have to do is push
the whole thing about him in the trunk of his car. That's some right wing. You know, I get caught up in that too. I got on it yesterday. I was wrong about Trump not going to his kids' graduations. I get caught on it too from time to time, where I hear things that I believe out the gate, and it just wasn't true. And the stuff about it being in the trunk of his car, that's not true.
Biden's the one who said it was in the trunk of his car.
well, his special counsel, Robert Hur, ended up refusing to take, he dismissed the charges. Well, he didn't bring charges against
dismissed the
Biden.
allegations.
You know why? Because he said it would be difficult to prosecute Biden, who could appear to a jury as sympathetic, well-meaning, elderly man with a poor memory. That's why he did not bring charges against him.
Isn't that an awful political statement to make, rather than just saying that he did not have the evidence to support the charges?
But he had.
That's what that really means, is that if he went in front of a jury, he could not convince them that Joe Biden committed a crime.
That's your opinion. That's
So,
your
and
take
that's
on
going
it.
to be the same thing that
I get that's my opinion, but am I not saying the same thing he's saying? But he's saying it in a way to make Joe Biden look like he's feeble, and that's why he couldn't bring charges. And do you think that would be why he wouldn't bring charges, if he had absolute evidence that he committed a crime?
Yeah.
That Joe Biden would seem feeble to a jury? That in itself is a suspicious opinion from a prosecutor.
Yeah. Well,
have you ever heard a prosecutor before?
Never ever in my life. I
I
thought that was a ridiculous statement to be making.
I thank you, Rayford. Me and you are 100% on that one.
I can't
ain't
disagree
saying
with
it
that.
ain't true.
I can't say it's not true, but that's beside the point. That's not in the
I'm gonna tell you
purview.
a funny joke. I'm gonna get out of your way.
Not in the
y'all
purview
heard
of the
about
prosecutor.
Do what?
It's not in the purview of the prosecutor to make that kind of a ridiculous statement.
Right. That's outside the normal statements a prosecutor would make. But here's a quick joke for you, and I'll get out y'all's way. Y'all heard about the shoes Trump put out, right?
The shoes?
Yeah. Did he come out with those tennis shoes? That he's selling?
No.
So you hadn't heard about that?
No.
He's got golden tennis shoes that he's selling, the Trump shoes. But anyway, Joe Biden come out with a pair too, and I was going to get me some of them, but I put one of them on and both my feet went to sleep.
Oh, God. Oh, you're awful.
Anyway,
you're awful. You're worse than the prosecutor. Okay, I appreciate it. Have a good one, Steve. You too. Oh, my Lord. Let's take a quick break here, and we'll do a little bit of weather when we come back. We have a special guest right after weather, so hang in there. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you buy home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
There's no doubt about it. Some of the best pizza in our area is at Pizza Village, 811 West Main Street in Beulahville. Their staff takes this opportunity to thank those that have served and are serving today, this Memorial Day, May 27th. Dine at Pizza Village in Beulahville for true Italian cuisine and enjoy their daily lunch buffet featuring pizza, spaghetti, and salad bar. Serving true Italian in a down-home country atmosphere, Pizza Village is open Monday through Saturday from 11 till 9:30 and Sundays 4:30 till 9:30. Pizza Village does have a private room for any holiday party or event. Locally owned and operated for over 37 years, Pizza Village, 811 West Main Street, Beulahville, asks you to remember those that didn't forget us this Memorial Day, May 27th.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and pay top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Your marine weather forecast brought to you by Community Prevention Services right here in Jacksonville. Not sure how we earned this distinction. We're number 7 in the state right now for people at risk of suffering from severe depression. That's where Onslow County is right now. Most everyone suffers bouts with depression. We understand that, usually the result of a short-lived situation. But more and more of us experience severe depression. Every year, 40 out of every 100,000 Onslow County residents, they report situations that result in them suffering from severe depression. How can we know when depression reaches a dangerous level? What should you do if you feel you're having problems with depression that you can't control? Community Prevention Services, you need to give them a call. They're located at 918 Henderson Drive right here in Jayville. You can know that anything you discuss is totally confidential. Community Prevention Services accepts most insurance plans. Give them a call today to discuss an appointment at 910-353-0972. That's 910-353-0972. Offshore today, northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, only 2 to 3 feet, 3-foot waves from the northeast every 7 seconds. They're going to be meeting 2-foot waves from the east every 2 seconds. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop, patchy fog this morning, and it looks like it's burning off now. That's good. It will still be patchy in the low-lying areas and probably around the beaches for at least a little while. Wednesday looking pretty good offshore. Northeasterly winds about 5 knots, pretty much nothing. Becoming southeasterly in the afternoon, 2 to 3 footers. Sounds and rivers flat, increasing to a light chop in the afternoon. Thursday, again, another nice day on the water. Southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots, increasing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas 2 to 3. Sounds and rivers a light chop, increasing to a moderate chop in the afternoon.
All right. And today it's mostly cloudy, then becoming sunny with a high near 81. Northeast wind 3 to 6 miles per hour. Tonight, increasing clouds with a low around 58. Wednesday, areas of fog before 8 a.m. Sunny with a high near 86. Calm wind becoming south 6 miles an hour in the afternoon. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low around 64. And Thursday, sunny with a high near 88.
Okay, before we get to our guests, we do have one caller that's been holding here for a bit. Hey, Bill, what's up?
Yeah, I was just calling to, say, I don't know if Kelly's still there, but I missed the beginning of your show where Robin had called yesterday. That was a good thing to hear, just after she left it, where he called to wish her a birthday. That's sort of reassuring her thing that they're still a good couple that are dedicated to this county, et cetera.
Well, let me just tell you this, though, first, Bill, let me just tell you the facts here. I know Robin pretty well. So Kelly left him notes all over the house on his mirror and everything else and said, call in at this time and wish me a happy birthday.
No, let's talk facts. He was like 3-4 days.
If you think we're going to give him a
Picking on
break,
you,
you're
Robin.
wrong, Bill.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it was good to hear.
It is always good.
Yeah, and it was good to hear from people that actually are running this county and guiding it for how the people want it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's good.
All right, Bill. Appreciate your call, sir.
I think, like Steve, I was listening to him that everything about classification used to be if you went out to Saigon Sam's and some of the thrift stores, you see uniforms for sale. You see all the TMs, some old FMs at like Saigon Sam's. That's all stuff too that, if he was worried about all the classification, he should go there, collect up all that stuff, buy it from him, bring it back to base, and
Then turn around and sell it again. Surplus it out.
say again.
Turn around and surplus it out. That's all.
Yeah, they put it out there as like a civil defense services kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't think that's classified stuff. I don't think any of that contains classified information.
Oh, the TMs and stuff. Yeah, it's all it's all like how you fix a Jeep or something like that. How to operate a Jeep or whatever they happen to have on hand at the time. Radio stuff and other.
Just go online. You can find it.
Yeah, I don't know how, it's there, it's classified. Even like a guidebook for Marines that, the Marines buy when they get out. They may leave behind or whatever, or just say, I don't need this anymore.
You can get it online and find it at the public library. Hey, Bill, we got a guest here. We got to run. Thank you.
Yes. But career politician like Trump has become is, he's going to have stuff he's going to hang on to until he gets elected again. It's just this is how it's going. This is my objectives, and how to make it work with the government. Still,
Well, when he's out of office, he's not entitled to it, and he should not have had it at his home. Neither should Biden, or nor Pence, nor Obama,
I don't
nor
know
Bush,
exactly what,
nor Clinton.
well, I don't know exactly, what his status is as far as, is he every former president still guarded by the Secret Service, et cetera, for the rest of their lives. So, I'm sure the security around him has been pretty strong. So,
Okay, Bill, we got to run, sir. Thank
yeah,
you.
Anyway, have a good one.
You too. Okay, Danielle Rose, Hope for the Warriors. I remember many years ago. How long has it been since they formed up?
We were founded in 2006. So
Yeah, I remember. I was down in Wilmington at the time, and we were covering. I was at a TV station at the time. We were covering the whole events there. That was pretty cool.
we're pretty established now. We're excited about how much we've grown.
Yeah, and you're based out of Onslow County. That's where it formed up in the beginning.
Yes, founded right here in Jacksonville out of Camp Lejeune. Our headquarters are now in Springfield, Virginia, but we are nationwide. Services are nationwide.
It's cool. Got a lot of people involved.
Absolutely, and growing every day.
How many do you think?
Staff or clients?
Well, everybody, the clients. How many clients do you have nationwide?
Oh, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but I know it's thousands.
Yeah. And here in Onslow, of course, you got fertile ground to help people.
Absolutely.
You got a lot of folks that have come back and they do need assistance. What kind of help do you provide them?
So we focus on three main areas: strength, stability, and community. So strength can look like physical wellness as well as mental and emotional. We just opened a clinic here in Jacksonville a couple years back now, brick and mortar, full-time therapy and clinical services. Stability looks a little bit more like that financial, stable foundation, as well as transition services, getting you more on your feet, moving from military to the civilian world. And then community is exactly what we're doing here and what we're talking about today with getting you out involved in events and involved in our peer-to-peer network.
And sometimes getting you out together with other people of like mind and other individuals as well can be great for them. So you got something special coming up.
We got a lot of something specials coming up.
Just get out there and paddle a boat around.
That's
What's
right.
that about? I got motors on my boat.
So the town of Pine Knoll Shores is a really great partner of ours. So we are the beneficiaries of a slew of events that they put together, all under the name of Kayak for the Warriors.
Oh, cool.
So the event you're talking about is their primary event, their main show. It's a kayak and a stand-up paddleboard race. It's going off out of Garner Park in Pine Knoll Shores on June 1st, and they hit the water. The race starts at 10 a.m.
Okay, that's like a week from this coming weekend, right?
That's right, yes.
Okay, yeah, a week from Saturday. So, Ed, what do people need to do, those who want to participate?
So if you're interested in signing up for the kayak or the stand-up paddleboard, it's $50 for a single and $100 for a tandem. They can register online, or if they get there early enough, they do have on-site registration available. But if you are...
Get there today and wait in line, right?
That's right.
Okay.
The line starts and goes around the block.
Okay.
Nice.
If you are or a stand-up paddleboarder, if you're more of the motorsports kind of person and you don't want to do all that paddling, you can come out and just enjoy the barbecue lunch, which sounds more my speed, right?
Yeah, mine too.
That's $10 for adults and $5 for kids. Just come out and enjoy the sunshine and the barbecue.
Now, I like that part. That's okay. And that's the 1st of June.
Yes, the 1st of June.
And going to be at Garner Park, and that's at...
It's out in Pine Knoll Shores. So
Pine Knoll Shores. That's near where the aquarium is.
Yes.
So you guys can... Matter of fact, you could do a double duty that day if you want to go down there.
Make a day of it. That's right.
It'd be very nice.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, how many people can you handle?
I don't think there's a limit to it. As long as you get there early enough to get you registered, they have a nice bracelet that does all the timing, very official. So as long as you can secure yourself a bracelet, you are good to go.
So this is going to be a competition?
Correct.
Oh, my.
It is a race. In fact, it is a 3.2 mile race through the Bogue Sound. I know. But you can do tandem. So bring a buddy. You got this.
Got to have somebody who can paddle. Do they have decent seats in these kayaks?
Well, you can make them as comfy as you need, right? Well, bring your own cooler.
I want to lay down.
You could probably lay down.
Rayford, we could put a little trolling motor on one.
That might be cheating, but that's okay.
Not if I hide it. I got ways.
You could lay down on your kayak, but you might not win the race. So
I don't
it's
care
really
about winning the race. I just care about being out there.
Comfort. That's your priority. There you go.
Totally.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It should be. Absolutely.
This is the 17th annual.
That is correct.
Also. So how has it been in the past?
They have actually been with Hope for the Warriors from the very beginning. So we've watched this event and this event series grow from nothing, right? I think the first one, I want to say they had 8 kayaks. And now we're up to probably 50, maybe more.
Wow.
I mean, it's been growing out of control. And
Where do you get the kayaks?
Bring your BYOK.
Okay,
Bring
bring
your
your
own
own
kayak.
kayak.
That's
Okay.
right.
So if you're a kayaker, bring your own out there, and you can rig it out any way you want as long as it's legal,
That's
mostly.
right. You drop it right
Or
in.
don't get caught.
Bring your own. They call it SUP, stand-up paddleboard. Bring your own SUP.
No.
We already established you're laying down. No
How
standing
many
up for
how many
you.
people fall off those things when they're out there racing?
I haven't seen any, but these are professionals.
Hmm.
No, I don't know. Depends on how the wind's blowing.
Yeah, I heard about paddle boards years ago, but the first time I saw them, I was down in the Virgin Islands, and I was in the harbor anchored up there, and that's where they came to. I said, that's what I've been hearing about.
That is
But
not
it was-
easy to do.
Well, I wouldn't know.
You talk about a workout.
I just looked
Right
at
in the
them.
core.
That and top of your legs.
She knows.
Well, you were a surfer. What's the difference?
Paddleboarding is entirely different.
Really?
Oh, yes. It takes every bit of your core.
Paddleboarding is
including
one thing. I was thinking
your
about the
brain.
stand-up paddle boards.
Yeah,
The stand-up paddle board is going to be tough. You
Yeah,
got to be
that's what
balanced.
she means. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. You're holding it all tight, and you're just
All right, Danielle, have you experienced any of this stuff?
I'm
Stand-up paddle boards?
I'm
or
a
paddle?
kayaker myself.
You're
I've
kayaker.
never stand up paddle boarded. I know. I cannot weigh in on this, but I know that it is a big core workout. And it's fun for the spectators at this event too. Everybody that lives along the sound or anywhere that you can go out for public access, you park your spot and watch them all go by, cheer them on, throw them some beverages, whatever you need.
No, they're out there looking for the girls in bikinis.
I
Come on,
traded
give me a
mine in
break.
for one of those blow up duckies that you sit on in the pool.
That's more my speed.
That's right.
there.
That's what I do now.
Right there with a good book.
I just want to go
Full raft.
underwater, just get on a board and dive. That's what I do. So, I
Well,
get down there and play with the fishes.
Still come out, enjoy the weather, have the barbecue, and then
Mm-hmm. I like
throw
the
your
barbecue.
line in. Mhm.
Okay, now this barbecue, is it going to have Eastern Carolina barbecue sauce available, or is it going to be that other stuff?
I'm sure the town of Pine Knoll Shores will take good care of you. Eastern Carolina only.
Oh,
They're all
sure.
about keeping it down home.
There we go.
Okay.
Down east, down home.
That's right.
That's what we need.
They
Oh,
do that for their beneficiary to Hope as well. They're all about keeping that money local. So every dollar that they raise, we try to keep as Eastern North Carolina as we possibly can.
Okay. So tell us, the folks out there, you probably a lot of people already know what to do, but those of y'all out there who just haven't been involved yet, haven't signed up before, what do they need to do?
So the one thing you want to take away is k4tw.org. So that's K4tw.org.
Okay.
That's where you go to learn more. That's where you go to register online in advance. And aside from the kayak race, there's plenty of other events. So they just started with kayak, but this year they have 5, I believe, in total.
Wow.
So there is also a reception on May 30th and a golf tournament on June 6th. Oh, I'm sorry, June 7th is the tournament. The
Nice.
pregame party is on the 6th.
Uh-huh.
So interested in any of those, k4tw.org, learn more and sign up.
My goodness, you got a whole lot of things happening.
I know. It's
It
a week
is.
full
I've
of
got
hope for the Warriors.
all the information on our social media pages that we're live on right now. Plus, of course, you heard it over the radio, and we'll post something else later too. But yeah, it sounds like an exciting
blast.
time. Y'all have done a lot of
Absolutely.
work.
Well, I can't take credit. It's the town
Why
of
not?
Pine Knoll Shores that does it for us.
Right.
We're
Well,
just the gracious
You're here.
beneficiary.
You should take credit for it. So
I'll take credit for this morning.
there you go. Okay.
So
Danielle, thank you for coming in.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks
Good
for
morning.
doing the work
Wonderful.
that you do for these guys.
Absolutely.
yeah,
Now, guys, from me means male and female, by the way.
right.
Thank you for
That's-
clarifying.
That's the way
yes.
I talk about it. All right, we'll take a break. You're on 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. If you got something you want to chatter about this morning, now is your time. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and custom thread spots. The chores are done and the cleanup is finished. Light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Providence Bank, formerly Coastal Bank and Trust, would like to take this opportunity to remember and recognize all those that served and continue to serve our country to protect our freedoms this Memorial Day, 27th. Providence Bank also thanks you for trusting and allowing them the privilege of handling all your banking needs. With locations in Jacksonville, Holly Ridge, Richlands, and Morehead City, Providence Bank is the premier community bank from the capital to the coast. Providence Bank is proud to be a part of the continued growth of Onslow, Carteret, and surrounding counties, and we look forward to meeting you. Providence Bank was ranked in the top 4 for overall performance in North Carolina every year from 2014 to 2023. Once again, happy Memorial Day from Providence Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Avenue in Swansboro.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated. Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store down the street. For good things cost less, Main Street in Maysville. Half-cut boneless is strip loin, just $7.99 a pound. Family pack boneless is 2 beef, just $4.99 a pound. Half-cut pork loin, just $1.69 a pound. Bone-in, center-cut thick pork chops, just $2.59 a pound. Springer Mountain Farms, frying thighs and drumsticks, just $1.29 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your Maysville Piggly Wiggly, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson Farm chicken. Over in the garden, fresh Georgia blueberries, just $2.99 a pint. Jumbo Athena cantaloupes are just $3.99 each. Sweet Vidalia onions, just $1.49 a pound. How about yellow or zucchini squash, $1.79 a pound. Sweet grape tomatoes, just $1.99 a pint. And a 5-pack of yellow, white, or bicolor corn is only $3.99. And fresh strawberries are just $2.99 a pound. And you get 3 6-packs of the half-liter size Cocoa Sprites for just $12. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store down the street where good things cost less in downtown Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay. And we're back. And
We are back.
Did I turn the right mic up? No, I did not. Now I did. There we go. So we're talking during the break, and I get confused like that. Is this Phil? I mean, is this who do we have?
Chris.
We got Chris, right? I recognize the voice now.
I'm so confused.
Several people been calling and then they hang up, so I forgot who I had on wet line.
It's all right, Ray.
Hey, Chris.
That sounds good.
I'm like Biden. I'm getting old.
Yeah, well, you're nowhere close to him. Trust me, you're not. So speaking of him, let me open up with this for Steve. Once again, a little correction. Yes, some of the documents found at Biden's Delaware home were in a filing cabinet. However, there's always a however with this guy. His documents were in badly damaged boxes surrounded by collapsed dog crates, a broken map, potting soil, etc. And the documents were related to U.S. foreign policy in Afghanistan and had markings up to top secret, highly sensitive information. So, everybody that wants to say, go ahead.
I think we need to be thanking Donald Trump here for just a second. Boy, I'm really mess up with your head now, right? I think we need to thank Donald Trump for hiding all of those documents that he kept and did not turn over, because that caused us, the United States of America, to gain all the other records from Pence and from Biden and God knows who else have fessed up and turned stuff in they didn't even realize they had. So we got a lot more back, but they would never have been found if we had not gone after Donald Trump. Do you agree?
I totally agree. So, without a doubt.
So let's send Donald Trump a thank you note and commend him for it.
Well, you're gonna get a chance unless these people in New York are listening, or the media is portraying information out there that's false. If it's what the media is putting out is true, they should acquit them. It's simple as that.
Pretty much. The media has about got on board the same train here. Steve has been on board it. I've said it from the beginning. And like I say, I have not followed every minute of this trial. Don't want to, don't have the time, don't have the desire. I'm sure that amongst all the people that are reporting about it, I will come to my own opinion after I read all of their opinions and their coverage, which is their coverage is actually their opinions. I keep seeing that every day. So once I see all of that, then I'll form my own opinion. I haven't formed it yet, but I still have not seen any evidence presented to me that supports the charges against it. There may be. I haven't seen it. I'm waiting to see it.
I have to agree. I haven't, again, going just through the media because we're not in there.
Nope.
We're not the privileged ones. We didn't get picked for the jury because we don't live in New York, which is great for me. But from what has been reported, there is nothing that showed that he did it.
No.
Not the 34
Chris.
charges that they've come up with.
Question.
Go ahead.
Chris, do you believe everything that you read on the internet, on social media, on media outlet websites? Do you believe everything that you read?
Of course not.
Sure. And that's what the point I'm trying to make. It's just like you can go on the internet, you can read this. It's going to give you a take on the story of who did what, etc. You go to another one. Even our national news anymore. It's just what was it that Congressman Murphy said last night about media?
You can get, well, first of all, they attack you the minute you walk out of of any meeting or hearing.
Right.
They attack you right up front, and they badger you with questions to get or not get a support for their opinions. They have an agenda. I was one of them. I had to fight reporters, my reporters.
Right.
You don't go in there with an opinion. You go in there as for a fact-finding mission. That's it.
Right.
You don't let them get away with not responding to your questions. And you keep asking the questions until they do respond, but you do not badger them. You can keep asking questions because the longer they say, I don't, they go off on a tangent, and that's what they do. They go off on tangents, and that's what Congressman Murphy said as well. They would try, and it's a tough thing to bring them back in line.
And I think we see a lot of this with the reports that come out continuously on Donald Trump.
Well,
Not everything is factual that you read.
the only thing that I can go on is this, and this is a fact that no one has to report on for me. I lived it. You lived it. This whole country lived it. In the 4 years that Donald Trump was president, all right, everything in our country was better. Prices were better. The economy was better. Our borders were beginning to get safer. And now we not only have Southern illegal immigrants coming in, but we have immigrants from China coming in. And it's interesting because I get to talk to a lot of military. Yesterday at the lounge at the airport, there was a couple of retired military people that were working now, still for the government, not active duty in that capacity, but working the borders. And some of the stories that they're telling about these people coming in with diseases, different types. I'm not going to go into those, but it's just the border was secured, and our country really was more united than it is now, in my opinion.
I totally agree with you. It was, and there were, when you go in there to do, like he said, drain the swamp in the beginning, and then you get in there and you're going to be met with resistance. And unfortunately for him, he met with resistance from both parties and my party, the unaffiliated, because, he was fighting an uphill battle all the time. I understand that. He could not get the border totally secured. He didn't have enough time. He was also fought during his entire time with threats of impeachment, then impeachment proceedings. And then, it was impossible to get your job done. And that included by the House of Representatives and the Senate. They could not agree on how to deal with the thing. And we've had Theo and others point out why in the first 2 years when he had control of both the House and the Senate, or the Republicans did, wasn't more done? I agree. That's a great question. Why wasn't more done? Battles, constant battles, and threats of more battles. That was the issue.
Yeah. And let me let you go with this because I know you have to do some commercials, and we're getting close to the top of the hour.
Yep.
But let's talk about mental capacity real quick. Okay, he doesn't want release the audio of the special counsel's interview. Don't blame him. But here's the thing: he is refused time and time again to take the cognitive test.
Yep.
Refused. Now, if he's why is he refusing? He can come up with all the excuses, and that's what they are, excuses. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. Buddy, you're 81 years old. You have a problem with telling the truth because you can't remember anything from the past. Take the cognitive test, let it out to the American public, and then everybody can make the decisions then, but he won't.
Well, his personal physician, he claims, has said he's good to go.
He's good to go.
Yeah, That's what his personal physician says. According to Biden, he says, my doctor says I'm okay. There's nothing wrong with me.
Okay, well, not everybody's the best doctors in the world, and we'll leave it at that. Y'all have a great day.
Every husband who's ever gone to a doctor has come home and told his wife
everything's okay.
They didn't find nothing wrong with me, honey. What's your name again?
Well, I'm waiting to see that doctor that writes me a note that says I need to play golf every day.
There you go. Or I want to go diving every day. That's the one I want. All right.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Have a good one. You're live on Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 entry in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997, with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
Onslow County Motor Company asks you to join them in remembering those that gave their all to preserve our most prized possession, our freedom, this Memorial Day, May 27th. If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 June Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand selected, and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends. Phone 910-355-7066. Onslow County Motor Company asks you to join them in honoring those that made the ultimate sacrifice this Memorial Day, May 27th.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier expert for heating and air conditioning with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Okay, we're running out of time here, as we do quite often at this time of day.
Morning is fun.
It has really flown. We appreciate all of your input.
Yes.
And we appreciate your support as well. And by the way, for you guys who own businesses, you can also be a part of this. Do some advertising on the show. All you got to do is reach out to Lee and she will handle it. Not a problem.
I'll give you a good deal.
910-330-0222.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, they're very
it's,
good.
It's tattooed on
Between
your
the-
forehead. 910-330-0222.
That's correct.
Got it. Okay, Cohen's fourth day of testimony completed yesterday.
Yes.
The prosecution has rested. The defense has called a couple of witnesses already. I suspect, and apparently there's a lot of speculation happening, that today court's getting ready to resume. I suspect that the judge will make a ruling one way or the other on the defense motion yesterday, late in the day, to dismiss the charges. He laid out some reasons that to dismiss those charges.
It won't
At
happen.
the end of the day, he said there's no evidence that the filings or business records at the center of the case were false, that there are absolutely no false business things. He said there is no dispute that Cohen acted as a personal attorney for Trump in 2017, and that there is no evidence or intent by Trump to mislead, hide, or falsify business records. So therefore, I move that you dismiss these charges, Your Honor. So that ruling is likely to happen shortly. I don't know what I would do to bet one way or the other.
It's not
Now
gonna
it's the
happen.
defense. Now it's the defense's turn to put on a defense.
Right.
But if the judge, under those conditions, has the legal responsibility to decide, is the evidence that has been presented by the prosecution enough to indicate that this person is guilty of the crimes without listening to any defense attorney or defense witnesses? If there is enough evidence to indicate that this person is guilty of a crime legally, not whether a jury will make that call or not, but legally, is there enough evidence to support these charges? And if not, he's supposed to dismiss.
And I just want to clarify, I'm not saying he's not guilty. I'm not saying he is guilty. I'm one of those that want to see all the facts come out in court before I make
That
my
would be
decision.
nice. I would love to hear a defense.
I'm just saying that sit down and think about it. I mean, he is so hated by one political party. I mean, I don't think the man could walk outside without getting arrested for jaywalking right now.
Pretty much.
Right.
And
Think about it.
That's the bad thing about this whole thing. I've said from the beginning, check the timing and check the motives of the individuals who are involved.
Right.
What are their motives for going through with all of this?
Yes.
How political is it or is? I don't know. I think, but again, that's my personal opinion.
Well, I deal with politics a lot.
I know,
I'm
you do.
involved. So to me, it looks more of political motives.
And speaking of politics and political motives, we're going to find out a little bit tomorrow, a situation that we
Story.
have found.
We're breaking out
this
of Jones
morning,
County. Right.
Out of Jones County, where the sheriff's budget over there, the proposed budget, has been cut by $100,000.
Dramatically.
And we're going to hear from the sheriff himself
That's
about what
right,
that
we
means.
are.
And if that goes through, if that actually is adopted as the budget and he loses, is he going to lose personnel? They don't have a lot there
Maybe
anyway.
we should go to their next meeting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we have a habit of doing things like that these days, don't we?
Showing up here and there unannounced.
Have a good rest of your day. Join us tomorrow morning. The fireworks will start about 7:05. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. See you tomorrow morning. Coming up now, Fox News at 10 o'clock. Another dose of the Daily D's with Rick and